In the grand halls of European art history, masterpieces hang almost all signed by men. But look closer, behind the curtain of patriarchy, there was a quiet revolution. A league of visionary women picked up their brushes and rewrote the canvas of time. This is the story of 10 women who didn't just make art, they made history. They challenged the rules, embraced emotion, and painted not only what they saw, but what they lived. From the royal courts of the Renaissance to the bold lines of modernism, their voices still echo through paint, through form, through feeling. Artemisia Gentileschi. She was a teenager in a man's world, but Artemisia Gentileschi didn't ask for permission. Trained by her father, influenced by Caravaggio, she mastered light, shadow, and fury. Her life was scarred by tragedy. Assaulted by a mentor, she did the unthinkable for her time. She took him to court, and then she took her rage to canvas. Her painting Judith slaying Holofernes isn't just biblical, it's personal. A woman striking down her oppressor in every stroke. Artemisia painted survival, defiance, and truth. She didn't just paint scenes, she painted vengeance and power. Sofonisba Anguissola. She wasn't born to be a painter, but she was born extraordinary. Sofonisba Anguissola, a noble woman from Italy, caught the eye of Michelangelo himself. Soon, she was painting for the Spanish court, but her genius was quiet. In her work The Chess Game, sisters smile and play not as props, but as people. She captured wit, warmth, and complexity in a time when women were told to sit still and look pretty. Her portraits proved something radical. A woman's gaze could be just as masterful as any man's. Lisbeth Vigée Lebrun. She painted queens and outran revolutions. Lisbeth Vigée Lebrun portrayed Marie Antoinette over 30 times, making the doomed queen immortal. But when the French Revolution broke loose, she fled with nothing but her brushes across Europe. She painted herself, her daughter, her world. Her self-portrait with her daughter shows not power but love, not pomp but warmth. She brought emotion into portraiture and dignity into femininity. Through upheaval and exile, she proved that grace is a form of resistance. Angelica Kauffman. Angelica Kauffman was a prodigy, fluent in languages, skilled in music, and a genius with a brush. One of the founding members of the Royal Academy in London, a rare honor for a woman. Her art blended myth and morality. In Cornelia, presenting her children as her treasures, she paints a mother choosing virtue over vanity. Her brush elevated domestic scenes to high art and reminded a male-dominated world that intellect could wear a woman's face. Berthe Morisot. In the Impressionist world of light and landscape, Berthe Morisot brought something else, the soul of the home. She wasn't just Manet's sister-in-law, she was a master in her own right. In the cradle, a mother watches over her child. Soft light, quiet emotion, and no grandeur, just grace. Morisot didn't chase spectacle. She found power in stillness, a pastel revolution, whispering where others shouted. Rosa Bonheur. She loved animals more than people and painted them better than anyone. Rosa Bonheur studied in slaughterhouses and stables. She even got police permission to wear pants so she could sketch horses. Her masterpiece, The Horse Fair, captures wild motion, muscle, and thunder. She defied dress codes, gender roles, and expectations and galloped past them all. Through animals, she painted freedom. Through rebellion, she painted herself. Paula Modersohn Becker. She painted the female body not for man, but for women, and for herself. Paula Modersohn Becker was one of the first women to paint a nude self-portrait, pregnant, vulnerable, powerful, in self-portrait on her 6th wedding anniversary. She looks directly at the viewer. No apology, no shame. She painted motherhood, mortality, and identity with bold colors and fearless lines. She died at just 31, but her work lives on, full of fire and truth. Gabrielle Mter. She saw color where others saw form. Gabrielle Mter helped start the Blue Rider movement alongside Kandinsky. But but her voice was entirely her own. In Murnau with church, she turned a simple townscape into a symphony of color and emotion. Her art wasn't about copying nature, it was about feeling it and transforming it. She didn't follow in anyone's footsteps. She carved her own path in vivid hues. Tamara di Limpica. She was style, speed, and seduction all on canvas. Tamara di Limpica captured the roaring 20s like no one else. Her women were sleek, elegant, untouchable. In self-portrait in a green Bugatti, she's behind the wheel, fast, free, and in control. Her art was glamorous, but her message was bold. The modern woman paints herself, and she's no one's muse. Louise Bourgeois. She didn't paint, she sculpted pain. Louise Bourgeois turned memory into matter, stitching trauma, carving emotion, building stories out of fear. Her iconic sculpture, Mame and a giant spider, honored her mother, protective, terrifying, intricate. She explored motherhood, sexuality, rage long before the art world was ready. Even in her 90s, she said, "Art is a guarantee of sanity." Through her creations, she gave shape to what most are afraid to say. These women weren't just artists, they were visionaries, warriors with brushes, rebels in pastel, sculptors of truth. They lived in worlds that tried to silence them, and still, they spoke. Through canvas and clay, through portraits and protest, they changed how we see art and how we see women. So the next time you walk through a gallery, look for the signatures that history tried to erase, because they were always there, brilliant, bold, and unforgettable.